Hey everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to Walkabout Europe, the Football Manager 21 Journeyman Save, where we add the fitness condition that we can only move between clubs in the game when we've walked or exercised at equivalent distance in real life. Now we have a big match coming up on the other side of the intro against Krasnodar in Russia, Europa League play, group stage, winner-take-all kind of situation. So I hope you'll stick around for that, but we've been at St. Gallen now for about half a season, so let's take a look at the club. The first thing to mention is we're in the big time now. They have a website with scrolly things. How cool is that? Yeah. And another thing to know about St. Gallen in Switzerland, they're in the top league, of course, where we are. They're football history. They're the oldest club in Switzerland. Founded in 1879. Interestingly enough, they won their first title in 1903, 1904. They haven't won one for 96 years before they got one in 2000. So in their 140-year history, they've only lifted the League Cup twice. Be a big deal if we could get it for him again. Some of the players who are at the club now for us in the game 4 years in the future are actually at the club in real life too. Victor Ruiz is here. Lucas Kortner is a current midfielder for the club. And then Murho Murheim, who is now Zurtvert Groenverde, thanks to FM Greeno renaming his nephew to kind of devote his life towards greenifying the planet, is at the club as well, and a few others are here too. Now, if we look at how the club is doing in real life, they're having a rough campaign. Down in 8th place, only 6 points above the relegation playoff. However, with 12 matches left to go, they're only 5 points out of 2nd place. So they could go either way here with their season. Last year, they finished in 2nd place, and their average season, it seems to be kind of mid-table. Good season seems to be 2nd or 3rd, and then a struggling season puts them on the edge of relegation. So hopefully they can hang on in real life. Now, let's take a look at the club where they are situated in Switzerland and take a look at the park and stuff. They're in the northeast corner, so if we zoom in here up near this Übersee, Bodensee, and the Alps lie to the south of them. Here's the town of St. Gallen, the city of St. Gallen, and the stadium is out here on the west side. And kind of cool things about it, for example, it's a big stadium. I mean, this is the real-time kind of thing here. And if we zoom in and look, we can also do this cool Google thing where if we want to see the stadium, we can drop Google Dude here. And look at that. You can walk around the stadium and everything. How cool is that? We can go over here and see it. You can do a whole walk around from the stadium from inside like this. I mean, that's pretty cool. And what a beautiful park. Even more interesting, if you zoom in here, this kind of got me confused at first, right? Because if you look at the ballpark, then you see these blue icons and stuff like only women's clothing store. I'm like, oh, look at that. Someone put a joke. They put all these shops and stuff like that on the ballpark. It's not a joke. There's an entire shopping mall underneath the stadium. How cool is that? So if you kind of go in here and look at some pictures and stuff like that, see if we get one here. Nope, that's the ballpark. Let's try again with a different angle real quick. We can get this time, I'm sure. So drop Google Dude right. Let's try right here, maybe. Pew. Yeah, look at this. The shopping mall underneath the soccer stadium. It's an IKEA in there, dozens and dozens of stores. It's all upscale shopping. Pretty amazing. And then if you look at the club from the outside, here's the park from the outside. I mean, this is a pretty spectacular place. I mean, we are big time now. So there you have it. There's a little bit of look at St. Gallen. We're going to square off in Europa League play after this, so I hope you'll stick around on the other side of the intro. It should be a fun episode. See you there. So how have things been going at St. Gallen, you might be wondering. Let's jump in and take a look at our results before we go to the match. Pretty well, I might answer, would be my first guess. Here is our results in the league. Now, when we were last together, I think we had just lost to Luzern 1-2. We bounced back with a 3-0 win over Young Boys. This is just the league results here. 5-1 thrashing of Servette. 1-0 squeak by of Zion. That we drew 2-2 to Zurich. Then we lost in our second attempt against Basel. We lost 1-0, although our XG was slightly better than theirs. The end result is, if we take a look at the league table, we are still in first place by 3 points. Our goal differential is 27. The next closest team with the goal differential close to us is Grasshopper Zurich with 3. So we do have the goal differential, I think, by a safe amount, if we can imagine. Now, interestingly enough, Basel, who still was continuing to flounder, still down in 9th place, but the Giant has awakened. They've won 4 out of 5 now, and we are exactly halfway through the season. So it'd be interesting to see how far they could rise if they get their act together. Young Boys, too, starting to play better. They are, 8 points behind us? So still a lot of football to be played, but I like our position at the midway point in the season, leading the league in goals and leading the league in defense as well, with the fewest goals allowed and, of course, goal differential as a result of that. So been a good season so far. Now, more interestingly, let's take a look at Europa League, because that was pretty cool. We had last played Hertha to a 2-2 draw. We came back against Lech Poznan, 7-3 victory. We were down 2-1. I think it was 3-3 after 15 minutes. Just a crazy match, or 2-2 after 15. It was just nuts. I mean, goals all over the place. So the result of that is Hertha lost as well to Krasnodar. That means we're going to Russia to play Krasnodar. We've got a 3-point lead, 9 points. Krasnodar and Hertha have 6 points. Now, it might seem like, oh, that's pretty good. We need a draw to win the group, which would be amazing. If we get a win, we win the group as well, too. If we lose, however, we would pull even with Krasnodar, and they would have the tiebreaker over us. Also, if Hertha beats Lech Poznan, that would put a 3-way tie for 9 points if we were to lose. And I think we would drop all the way down to 3rd place because of kind of the arcane tiebreakers that go on there. So this is a big match coming up. We have a lot on the stake. A couple of little things before we get to that, however. In good news, graduated from school and we now have a Continental A license, 2 3/4 star reputation. Our attributes have gone up a little bit from 10 to 11. In a couple other places they went up a little bit. Adaptability still broken and stuck at 5. And we've started to study for our Continental Pro license. So a year from now we will have the highest license in the game, and that'll guarantee to get us the 3 stars, which should open up maybe some more interesting job opportunities coming up as well. So that's good news. Some other things I wanted to ask you. If you watched the last episode, I talked about how everybody hates me. And then Alan Butterworth said, well, if you want to see who hates you and who likes you, you can go to the dynamic screen, click on hierarchy, then click on your name. And that'll show you who likes you and doesn't like you. We can see here it says 4 players support you. 30 players have no real opinion of you. Really? But then, so like Gortler, who has no real opinion of me, says appreciates you as manager. What? Ruiz says, appreciates you as manager. Fayez says, holds you in the highest regard as manager. So these are all players that, according to the individual, what they're telling me individually, they really support me. But this screen says they don't have any support for me at all. I suspect there's either something going on that I'm not aware of, or this is a bug. I think it might be a bug, because every single player is that way. They all appreciate me or hold me in the highest regard. But when you click here, only 4 of them say holds you in the, kind of is green, as well as what it says on their individual ones. So I don't quite know what's going on. If you have an idea, let me know. But thanks to Alan for pointing that out. We do have some signings to go over too as well. A couple little things. We're trying to sign Swiss players, and we brought a couple in, couple coming in January at the transfer window. Some future transfers that we've arranged, and we got 1 youthful talent coming in now. So really trying to bring in Swiss players. This guy Ellis Isufi will come in as a defender for us. He's a Swiss player, and then Izer Aliou. Because we're trying. Basically, if you've watched a little bit, our Swiss players aren't very good, and we need 8 of them by league regulations. So I'm really trying to bring in our better Swiss players, also so the board will let us sign players who aren't Swiss, because they're across the board blocking any signings that we have if we try to bring in players who aren't Swiss. That could be a problem, especially if some of our best players go, because coming up to the transfer window, that could be an issue. A lot of our players have the wanted tag. Here is Betim Fazliji, wanted by, I can't even count that high quickly, 10 teams. Oh my God, Victor Ruiz, wanted by 3 teams. Zoldvert Grönvede, FM Greeno, your nephew here, wanted by 3 teams. Fayez, wanted by 8 teams, 7 teams. So we are going to have a hard time holding on to our players, and a lot of players feeling like they could play for a better, bigger team. I think that's because their match ratings are so high, comparatively speaking. Like if we look real quick here, just one last thing. If we look at the league, and we go to stats, player detailed, and then we go to average rating. In the top 13 players for average rating, we have 12 of them. Yeah. So I think because the player ratings are so high, they're thinking they can move up a league, and so that's why they're thinking on leaving the club. So the transfer window could be disastrous if we can't hold on to some of our better players. We'll get some money, but I don't know if we can we sell players and replace them in the same window? That could be really challenging for us. So the second half of the season could be a lot different than the first half of the season. But let's not jump ahead of ourselves too much. One last bit of good news, bad news, and then we're going to jump to the match. We had one of our best player, Petar Pusic. 4-star current ability now, 4-star potential ability. Over the season, he's played 15 appearances with 4 goals and 13 assists with a team-high 7.37 rating. I said, we got to lock this guy up because his contract end at the end of next year. So we signed him to a little kind of expensive $10K per week contract for 5 years, I think it was. That's a long deal. But I wanted to lock him up, and I didn't want to lose him over the winter break. And the next day, he broke his ribs. That was yesterday. So he's not going to play in the match today. So he's going to be a big loss. And with that, let's jump right into our match. We have to overcome that. I'm going to get the team all set up. And then actually, let's take a look at our tactical meeting here and our team selection here. And then let's jump in. So we're kind of rotating 2 teams through. So basically, I'm going to switch out like 7 or 8 players each match. We try to have 2 players at each position. Zolvert Grunvedi will be playing out at left back again. And Redan here, Daishan Redan, our... what is he, Netherlands? Yeah, from the Netherlands. Our striker will be up there. He's done pretty well this year. 11 appearances and 11 goals. One of our 2 big strikers up there. And then the rest is kind of, we're doing the same thing. 4-2-3-1. We're going to play balanced and push up the pitch and try to shove it down their throats. It's been working all year, so we're not changing it until someone can prove that they can beat us this way. We need a draw. We'd love to get a win, but we need at least a draw to win the group. With that, I'm going to set things up, talk to the team, and we'll see you out on the pitch. All right, let's get started. We're going to go in extended highlights today because it is a big match. I kind of want to dig in and see what's going to happen. We are in the light white and green kits going right to left. Krasnodar is green going left to right. Got a couple of quick shots, but they have the first highlight down in our end. Uh-oh, breaks right in on goal. He's going to get a shot, blocked for a corner. We've done pretty well in the air this year and on set pieces. I mean, we have some pretty good... Oh, get out of here. Ball is still active. There we go. Now we kick it out. We'll take that. They do get their first shot. Corner for us. We've been trying some short corners. There it is. Yes. Sorensen picks it up and we're up 6 minutes in. Nice. Oh, that's a good start. He's our center back. Beautifully executed. Hjulsager. Sorensen leaps with no regard for human life. Smashes the ball into the net. Oh, that's an outstanding start for us. It'd be cool. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not talk about how good it would be. Let's just concentrate on the match. Yes, 1 step at a time. Things chugging along here now. We're in that again. I don't know what to say in a 1-0 lead situation. But we'll take things if they slow down here. They're going to have to push up and score. The onus is on them to take it to us. So let's just make them come to us and make some mistakes. And maybe we can hit them on the counter here. Or... oh, what's going on? Bona picks it up. Back to Kolar. Flashes it out to Sorensen. Flashes it to the right, but that's picked off alertly by their left back. Chips it forward. What's going on? Uh-oh. Akhminatov crashes in, sets him up, but Kolar's there to pick it up. Adroit positioning saves the goal for us. Their first shot on target. 25 minutes in, and things have settled down into a rather drab affair without that one moment of set-piece excitement. Kolar flashes it out. They're waiting for it. Uh-oh. They seem to be control. Oh, he's offside. Offside? Offside. Yeah. Ref's going to his earpiece. No chance. No chance. Offside, yeah. That was rather obvious. I don't even think we needed VAR for that. I could see that from my seat up here. Oh, we're good. We're good. Let's go. 30 minutes in. We've doubled their shots, but the XG is pretty even here. Let's go, boys. So far, everyone's rating's looking pretty good, too. Just kind of churning along here. Hertha looks to be in a draw situation right now with Lech Poznan, but that's still early days here. A lot of football to be played. They seem to be getting some highlights down here. Oh, that's going to be a goal. No, Kolar right there. That striker should have done better. They seem to be threading through us here a little bit. Be nice to get a second one here. Bona to Fehler. Fehler is replacing Pusic. He's just not quite the same thing yet, but chipped out to Mason. Mason feeds it back and gives it away. That's a critical error. They're going to make us pay. Gah. That's not a mistake we usually make. God, that's painful. Okay, let's stop here for a second. I'm going to do one thing. Let's go to, I'm going to pass into space. They seem to be trying to take pretty aggressive chances with the ball here. So let's see if we can move it around a little bit. And come on, boys. Let's play confidently. Oh, we can shout now, though, too, can't we? With 10 minutes, with 4 minutes to go. We got to make that change first. Failer flips it in front. Oh, so close. There's a change. Now let's shout. Let's do encourage. Come on, boys. I mean, we'd take 1-1, but we don't want to be sitting on a 1-1 thing. Love to get a lead here. Come on, boys. Let's get something. Quiet match. XG is in our favor by a 2-to-1 ratio. Let's go to the dressing room. I'll talk to them, and we'll be back out for the second half. All righty, here we go. All to play for. Dead even at 1. Boys responded well to the halftime talk. I had faith in them, basically. That's all I really do is have faith in them every match. I heard that the game doesn't it changes. It doesn't respond the same way if you keep using the same things, but it seems to respond the same way no matter what I say. Blast it in. Oh, blocked. However, that gives us a corner, and we like corners. We can. Oh, Hertha has taken the lead, so that. Oh, get in. Yes, it's in. Offside. God. Darn it. It's always called, right? Yeah, disallowed. He was onside. But anyway, yeah, it's in Russia. We're not going to get that call. No way. Failer. Give us something exciting. Bona, give us something exciting. Mason, get it in front. Oh, that's interesting. We can do that. Grunverde sends it in front. Chip back. Blast it in front. He's in front. Get it in. Ah. It's like 100 bodies in front of the goal. Our bus and their bus. Come on, boys. Let's get one right here. Hjulsager set him up. Goes for the far post. Nobody home. I'm not even going to try some of these Russian names. My gosh, I thought some of these German and Hungarian names are hard. Flipped in. There it is. Does that count? Oh, again? Oh, this ref. Bah. God. I'd love to see those again, but we're not going to watch them for the sake of keeping moving. 6.6, Failer on the outside. It's about time for some substitutions here, don't you think? Unfortunately, the two positions we were looking to replace. Okay, I'll be a second. I'm just going to replace probably our right winger first, so I'll be back. All right, we brought in Babic, the guy who went 35, about 40 matches without scoring a goal. He was motivated, and then I talked to him, and he seemed motivated, so I'm not sure if that helped or kind of made things worse. We are doing pretty well on the XG in here. Looks like another highlight. Bona flips it to Hjulsager, who loses the ball to Ramirez. Flipped forward, but Fayez is there to pick it up. Bona back to Fayez. Flips it forward. Gosh. Over the top. No, 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 no. Hit the post. Oh. Bullet dodged. 80, 70 minutes in. I think we're going to replace somebody, but I don't know who. Maybe our central midfielder. I can shout here. Let's encourage. Oh, this comes down to some drama here. The last 15 minutes. 1 goal by them, and we drop to 3rd place. A goal for us would probably seal it. Yes, is that in? Babic gets it. The man who hadn't scored for 40 goals. I mean, he scored in between then, but it's still hard to not pay that. That has to be his label, right? Yes. Who got the assist? Was that Grunverde? FM Greeno's cousin? Nephew? Sorry? Nope. Gortler. Gortler fires it out. Babic makes a nice move with his fresh legs. Slams it in. Our 2nd goal via the header, and we're up 2-1. Uh-oh. Here they come. Not wasting any time. Uh-oh. Come on, boys. Keep it out of there. Keep it out of there. Let's go. I got a knot in my stomach. Is this for us? Yes. Raiden gets it. Mason. That's fine. We'll let that happen. 80 minutes. Bona flips it to Hjulsager. To Mason in front. Oh, flicked over the bar by their keeper. No, it hit the bar. Gosh. Okay, 80 minutes to go. We just have to hold them up for 2 goals. Hjulsager, our center attacking mid, is out of gas. I'm going to make some subs and adjust the tactics, and I'll be right back. Oh, this is getting exciting. Alrighty, I made a change here. I took out our central midfielder and I brought in Jagietto, who is he can play, he's a midfielder. So I brought him back from central attacking midfielder to defensive midfielder. So we're going to go a 4-1-2-3 for the last 10 minutes, and then we're wasting time a little bit. So we're going to kind of put the brakes on a little bit here, but I think that will help us contain their scoring as well as give us fresh legs right in the middle to support the defense. So we just want to kill this game out. No goals, no excitement. 85 minutes. Let's sit there. It'd be nice to get a win because I think we get like 300,000 extra if we get a win. But at the same time, our goal is to win this bracket. Win the group here. 4 minutes. We're 3 minutes away from winning the group. Oh! 3, 2. Kill it off, lads. Oh, let's make a sub. Yes. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to make one more sub. Pull somebody out to just waste some more time. So let's just do that. Mason, let's bring in Bealey. Let's do that. He can do defense, deep lying playmaker. That's fine. He's good. All right. Give team talk. Pump fists. Make a difference. Confirm sub. All right. So we'll make that sub. Now let's waste time. Flips it forward. Bona in front. Oh, he hit the post off the head. But that should do it. This should be the last whistle. I think we've got it. Grunwald just stalling. Russian ref is not having any of this. He's just waiting. He's going to make him throw it in. Still more time. Come on, ref. Look at the clock. It's 95. What? Our player's hurt? He hurt our player. Klurkner. Our left winger is hurt. Hope he's okay. Grunwald with the free kick. That was kind of cheap there. Let's get a goal and finish it off. Babic. It's 95.5 minutes, ref. Come on. Let's go. What are you waiting for? There we go. Finally, he was so bad he couldn't do it. These refs taking away 2 goals from us. But there you have it. Let's go to the dressing room. That was really special, lads. Nobody gave us a chance. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know we were that big of underdogs. But yeah, let's do that. Individuals to praise. Babic came on, and let's do that. He deserves a little bit of credit, especially because he didn't get any credit for, well, he didn't score any goals for a long time. Let's just praise him. And then Sorensen for the header goal. Yeah, he did well out there. That's fine. Great. Let's continue on. What I think I'll do now, I'll go through this, and I'm going to come back to see who we get for the draw for the second round knockout. Maybe we don't know. I'm not quite sure, but I'll see what happens. I'll be back in a second here. Alrighty, I confess I don't know quite how this works in Europa League, because if we look at it says we qualify for the second knockout round because we ended up, if we do look at Group B, we won our group. That's good. But I thought, based on what it said in this overview of the rules, and maybe I'm sure somebody knows, and this is just me not knowing, because I thought at the group stage here it says if you're second, you go to the first knockout round, and if you're third, you go to the first knockout round. So I thought that meant that means both of the teams that finish second and third go here to the first knockout round, and then they play to get into the second knockout round. So I thought only the fourth place team was knocked out, but it said Krasnodar was eliminated from the tournament, and yet they finished in third place. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe someone can help me. So it's good we won, because if we had lost that match, I think we would have dropped to third place, which apparently means you're knocked out of the tournament. Maybe someone who knows can let us know in the comments and stuff. But it doesn't look like we're going to find out who we play for quite a while. So I'm going to stop the episode here. We will end it here with that. So we go on in Europa League play to the knockout round. Oh, that's going to be fun. That doesn't come up for a while. I think that ends up being in March or so. And if we look at our complete schedule right now, here we go. I think what we're going to do is we have a winter break coming up now for Christmas and New Year's. They're going to play through most of the matches in February. We may come back for Winterthur. Coming to Winterthur for the Schweizer Cup quarterfinal, or probably one of these league matches that might be of importance, Luzern or Servette, towards the end of February, maybe early March. So we'll see you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the match, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you probably on Tuesday. I think I should be back on track now for our next episode. The plot thickens. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend.